Okay, Purnaji.
Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Welcome to this, what could be the last session of this series of Manana on 128 slokas of the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Kshetra Gita Study Circle. So we shall start with the Dhyana shlokas. Kamalaji, you can carry on.
Hari Om Purnaji. Om Partaya Pratibhutitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Muninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniം Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दतामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दना पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोण तथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवते कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी श्रोत्रिणो खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवा पराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधिना बोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पीपीयमानं मुदा भूयद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमला प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गृहिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मं वर्ण इन्द्ररुद्रमरुत शृण्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवै वेदैः साङ्गपदकर्म उपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानास्ति तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यन्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः.
Yes, that was very lovely. Thank you. So, who had all been to Darshan yesterday for a Vaikunta Ekadashi? Anyone had gone? Any temple? No. No one had gone? Okay.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ.
ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಾ? ಸರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ? What did you remember about the, when you say saw the Lord? That was my question. When you go to any temple, we should recall what we have been hearing about, what Krishna has been telling us about how he is there in the idol. He is there. He is called the Archi Avatara. Among all the avatars, we have Avesha Avatara, we have Purna Avatara, we have so many, some 5 categories of avatara. In the temple, he is there as the Archa Avatara, the one who is worshipped every day. He is actually there, standing there. You are in front of God himself. So that's what I remembered when I went for darshan. And that remembrance was a very beautiful feeling that you are standing in front of God. Okay. So where is everyone today? Okay. So we shall straight away dive into our verse number 66, which was what we are supposed to do. Again, it is Kamala who has to chant and share understanding. Yeah. Moksha Sanyasa Yoga, verse number 66. Let's all of us chant first. Sarva-dharmān parityajya māmekam śharaṇaṁ vraja ahaṁ tvāṁ sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi ma śhuchaḥ. Yes. One by one we can chant. Anyone can start?
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Yes. Anu, Suma, Indra, in that order you can chant. Anu, can you?
I'm unmuting.
Oh,
Sarva-dharmān pratiyajna mama eka sharna
vraja.
vraja tvam
Sarva-pāpebhyo
sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi ma
mokṣhayiṣhyāmi ma śhuchaḥ.
mokṣhayiṣhyāmi ma śhuchaḥ. Thank you.
Okay.
I can go next.
Yes.
Sarva-dharmān parityajya māmekam śharaṇaṁ vraja ahaṁ tvāṁ sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi ma śhuchaḥ.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
अहं त्वां.
Yeah, Indra.
अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Very good. Then Jai Shri Kamala.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Yes. Shweta, you want to chant?
सर्वधर्म परित्यज्य माम् एकशरणं व्रजं त्वं सर्वपापेभ्यो
Mokṣhayiṣhyāmi
मोक्षयिष्यामि
ma śhuchaḥ.
मा शुचः.
Okay. So Kamala.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मां शुचः.
Mam शुचः na mam शुचः.
मा शुचः.
So you want to explain, Kamala, you can go ahead.
Okay, Primaji. I'll first read to the meaning.
Yes.
Abandon all varieties of dharma and simply surrender unto me alone. I shall liberate you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So, here Bhagavan is telling, so long he was telling, do your duty and leave the result to me. I will take care. But you need to do your duty and all. So finally he says that abandon everything and surrender to me. I will take you, I will liberate you from all your sinful actions. So it looks like a contradictory statement. So earlier he is telling to do everything, and now he is telling leave everything. So what does that exactly mean? So first, in earlier shlokas, he is telling when Arjuna wants to come back and do not want to fight, he says, no, you have to, this is your dharma. So there are two kinds of dharmas, which is materialistic dharma and another one is spiritual dharma. So first one has to go through the materialistic dharma. So that's why he is telling Arjuna to go and fight the war. So because we are not realized, and so even now, like Arjuna, we have the bodily mentality, like we see ourselves through the body. So materialistic dharma should be first taken care. So that's why he is telling to go and fight the war. In the same manner, we have to do our live in this worldly life, doing our part of our duties. So there are two kinds of duties that depends upon the varna and ashrama.
Correct.
Varna means what kind of occupation you do, that kind of dharma you will do, and what stage of life you are there, that kind of a dharma also you need to do, so that your actions are taken care. So Prabhuji says there are four stages, right? Karmi, dharmi, yogi, and jnani. So karmi is the person who does this action in a selfless way, but he has to do it. Dharmi is one, he does the action and with intention and dedication to the God. And next stage is yogi. He who does not fear about the result. He takes the result as it is with the prasada buddhi. And finally, when all the purification of mind and heart is done, then you are ready for the jnana. That's how you get a guru and you become get realization. So Krishna in this sloka is referring to the last stage. So first you do your karma, then you do the karma with the yoga, with the devotion to the God, and finally you renounce everything, and I will take care of you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Very well said. Very well said. Good. Anyone wants to add any more to this? Sarva-dharmān parityajya. Did you now do we understand that there is no conflict between what Krishna has been saying throughout the Gita? Go do your duty, go do your duty, do your dharma, do your dharma. He's been telling us. And now he is saying, drop all your dharmas. Mam ekaṁ śharaṇaṁ vraja. Just come to me alone. Surrender to me alone. Then ahaṁ tvāṁ sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi. I'll release you from all the papas. Everything. Ma śhuchaḥ. Don't worry. Because the entire Gita started with Arjuna's worry and Arjuna's sorrow and distress. So that's what he's saying. So all of us can add something, some more insight into this if you wish. Abandon all varieties of dharmas. Simply surrender unto me. Yeah. Anyone wants to share any more insights? So here it's implied that, like Kamala beautifully explained, it's not about dropping my duties. It's about dropping the doership. We saw that picture over there, isn't it? That pole vault picture you saw over there, unless you let go of the pole, you will not cross over to the other side. Simple. That is the dharma that one should drop. What is the dharma? Yes, Neha.
Very nice parallel you've drawn, Purnima. I was wondering what is the let go part there in that video. Andre, the ultimate thing that he does is when he lets go of the pole. But I was wondering what exactly you mean by the let go. Yeah, I got the clarity now. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ramanujacharya, he says, this is the most important shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. This talks about prapatti or complete surrender. That is let go. Letting go of both the hands like the pole vaulter or Draupadi. You know, she just lets go. Let anything happen. God will take care of me. That is what is implied in this shloka. Sarva-dharmān parityajya. In that situation, Draupadi's dharma was to protect herself. She said, no, God will protect me. So that is what one has to do. How difficult is that? It is difficult if one is not mentally prepared. That is why that mental purity is very important to get all these, this strength of mind, mental purity. That is why chitta shuddhi is stressed upon in the path of all the sadhana. And then, so Arjuna is not to stop fighting. We are not to stop doing our work in the world. But as one rises in the spiritual ladder, one can drop these niyata karmas. Niyata karmas are the obligatory duties. For example, even the puja that we do, this is not a sanction for us to do shoddy or shabby puja. But still, for the beginner, all the rituals are very, 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 very important. The lamp has to be just so, it has to be in this direction, you face in that direction and do the puja. And if in the pushparchana, if there are 108 pushpas are mentioned, every flower has to be offered. All these little injunctions that are there for the beginners or for the ones who are very, very oriented to ritualistic worship, those kind of duties or obligations do not apply to those on the path. That is what the explanation the masters have given. They are called niyata karmas or duties, or all these obligatory duties. They are not applicable to the sadhaka. That doesn't mean one can. So is it taking sannyasa? Is God offering sannyasa to Arjuna in this shloka? Yes, he is. Because in the beginning of this chapter, we understood what is the difference between sannyasa and tapas. Does anyone remember? Which is very, 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 very important. It's extremely important. This chapter starts with that question. Tyaga, sannyasa and tyaga. Here is God asking us to do tyaga or to take sannyasa? Does anyone remember the difference between tyaga and sannyasa? Extremely important. Okay, so we'll go through that again, but don't you forget it again. Tyaga is, as we know, to give up, renounce. What are we renouncing? A tyagi goes to Varanasi and renounces some sweet or some dish that he doesn't like. Basically, you're supposed to drop some desire. Dropping of desires is called as tyaga. Fasting, I'll go on a fast. So all these austerities are known as tapas or tyaga. Giving up, giving up, giving up. For example, the monks, if you take sannyasa, this monkhood, or they will do a lot of tyaga. I will wear only this saffron color. I'll wear only white. I'll eat only once a day. I will beg for my food. All this is tyaga. It's a lot of sadhana, severe sadhana. That is tyaga. And as far as householders are concerned, we can happily say, I will not do something and sit. That is not tyaga. That is abandoning your duties. Abandoning duties when you are not supposed to abandon is not tyaga. That is palayana. So tyaga is to drop certain expectations from life and, just become very, very disciplined. Whereas sannyasa is being completely doing everything normally, just like you and me. Everything is going on normally. But what we drop is doership. Naham karta, naham bhokta, harireva karta. That attitude when you take, that is sannyasa. That is what God is telling all of us in this shloka. So he's telling us, become a sannyasi. Drop all your dharmas. So like Kamala explained, what is the meaning of dharma? What dharma is God mentioning, meaning here? First, dharma is all the negativities. Dharma means nature also, isn't it? So all the negativities that are sticking to me, as though it is very natural, yeah, I'm a very angry person. I get angry, Baba. I can't tolerate it. I say that as if it's very, very natural to me to be angry. That's my nature. That's my svabhava. Svabhava is fine. But that is, see here, fire, for example, fire has got two natures. What is it? One intrinsic nature of fire is to burn, is to create heat. It's to burn. That's what Prabhuji gives this example. Fire's intrinsic nature is to burn. What is the other nature of fire? Wherever there is fire, there is smoke. That smoke is the non-essential nature of fire. We have smoke-free camphor is available these days. So the intrinsic nature of a person is not all these, kama, krodha, lobha, moha. They are non-essential natures. That you have to drop. Drop your non-essential nature. Drop the smoke surrounding the fire so that the fire burns beautifully and doesn't, blacken your hands when you are handling it. That is what is meant by dharma. That other dharma of yours. I'm an angry person. I'm a very cold person. I'm a very happy person. All the I am this, that, all that I add to I am, all that I have to drop. They are all the dharmas of this limited jiva called Suma or Sneha or Anu or Jaishri or Indra or Purnima. Limited to me alone. That is all additions, non-essential natures. Just stick to I am, which is the essential nature of each and every being on earth. That is the non-essential. All the negativities, even the positive traits that I have happily, all that I may have it, but don't associate with it. I am angry. Don't say that. There is some feeling of anger. Distance, just by the thought and the words and that I use, I should distance myself from that feeling. There is some anger being felt. Immediately, third person. Somebody, somewhere, some anger is happening. That kind of self-talk one has to do and drop. Association with I am, that pure I am associating with all these non-essentials, that has to be dropped. Drop the addictions, drop this constant thing of I am so and so, I am this, that CV, whatever I have in my CV, drop all that. And the second dharma that one can think of is the duties that I have in my life. So the roles, the hats that I wear. Mother, daughter, wife, whatever. All those hats that I wear. I am so busy with all the roles that I might forget my essential nature of I am, Satchidananda. So that is not my dharma. I'm just playing a role. That has to be always in my consciousness. Because I'm changing it so often, no? Right now we are a student. Or I'm studying the Gita. I'm a sadhaka right now. Then next few moments, I'm going to be a cook. And then I'm going to be an employee. I'm going to be a boss. I'm going to be a mom. So many things, all these roles. Just remember that is not my dharma. Just a role being played. That's all. Not my dharma. Just remember that. That is another dharma that I have to drop. And then, of course, is the kartrutva, jñātritva. Dropping the doership and bhoktrutva, experiencership. This is happening to me. This is happening because of me. So, and what is my dharma then? What is the dharma according to Krishna? The greatest duty, Krishna says to all of us, is towards me. Your duty is towards me. Mam ekaṁ śharaṇaṁ vraja. Don't say I don't have time for you, God. He will not like it. Which mother will like it if the child prefers a toy over the mother? No mother will like it. So the world is a toy which has been given to us to play with for some time by God. But then you have to run to the mother when you are in, that mother should always be there in the background. She is watching over you. So if I ignore the mother, if I don't turn back and say hi to her, a little baby does that. Wherever it's going, its eye will be on the mom all the time. She will check if mother is, looking at me. We need to do that. Otherwise, we are all ingrates. Mother will not like it. So, in our busy lives, what shall we do? Whatever we are doing, let us do it as a worship of Krishna. Ashte, simple, nothing more. He has given us so many tools to do that. And so we go back to our essential nature. What is essential nature? Satchidananda, I am. Let me drop the association with all the non-essentials and identify with my essential nature as consciousness. So consciousness is always free from sins. Ahaṁ tvāṁ sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi. There is no sin for consciousness because consciousness is not at all doing anything. What is consciousness doing? Yes. Now this is the critical question. I am consciousness. I am not doing anything. So who is doing? Who is doing? Suma. Who is doing? Who is doing?
Consciousness, it's just the observer, just observing like
Yes,
what is the rest. Yeah, the rest of the thing, it's the instruments, like body, mind, and this intellect. BMI is just the instrument given to us. It is like conscious, neither the doer nor the enjoyer, but then the maya, like which covers the consciousness, makes us think that we are doing it actually, like the jiva is doing it.
Correct. So prakrute kriyamanani, it is said, no? You remember one shloka, it has come earlier. Prakriti is the one who does everything through you. Because it is like, without our volition, things are happening. Like how nature is functioning. Sun, moon, stars, river. Nobody is doing anything, but everything is happening. Except with me, I feel everything is, I feel that I am doing something. Whereas none of the other entities in this world think that. River will never say, I am flowing. No, like that. So, nature is doing everything through this instrument, like you rightly said. And I am just the witness consciousness. That is what it is. And ahaṁ, see, throughout the Gita, God uses this word ahaṁ a lot. So in this ahaṁ, who is this ahaṁ? Who is this I? Ahaṁ tvāṁ sarva-pāpebhyo mokṣhayiṣhyāmi. Who? I will save you from all your sins. So when Krishna says I, what are the I's he is referring to? Which I is he referring to? Huh? Indra? What is this I that Krishna says?
It's the God himself.
Which God? Satchidananda God or Avatara Krishna or, or Saguna Brahma God, Ishvara? Which God?
It's the Satchidananda God, the Brahman.
Okay. What do you think, others? Kamala, which I is Krishna referring to in all these things? Anyone?
I believe it is Ishvara, Purnimaji, because once Brahman, Saguna, there is no difference, right? So when he is instructing us to do something to reach him, then it is Ishvara.
Okay. So, both of you are right. There are 4 ways in which God refers to, when he says I, Krishna says ahaṁ in all these, surrender to me and I will this thing. When he says that, 4 gods, four entities he is referring to, 4 types, depending on my nature, I can think of it as like number one as Vasudeva Krishna, the Krishna, my beautiful personal God, who is the son of Vasudeva and who is the prince of Dwaraka, king of Dwaraka, and who is the Pandava Paksha, the one with the charioteer of Pandava. That little Krishna, that beautiful Yogeshwara Krishna, personal God, that is one. When Krishna says I, that is one you can think of. And then number two is Saguna Brahma, Ishvara, the one who is a controller, the omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent God of this universe, Saguna Brahma. It is called Ishvara. And then number three is, that is Saguna Sakara Brahma, Saguna Sakara, Krishna as the avatar. Sakara, we have a form. Like that we have Rama also, all the avatars of God that you know, even Durga, Ganesha, whatever it is, you can think of them. Saguna Sakara. And third is Saguna Nirakara. What is that? The Vibhutis. I am the mountain, I am this, I am that. 10th chapter, he lists all the things that are in the universe. That is me, and that is also there. Saguna Nirakara. And then, of course, the ultimate is Satchidananda, witness consciousness. So anything is, you can take any meaning to that ahaṁ that Krishna says all the time. All of it is me. And any one of these four will liberate me from okay, please excuse me. Yes, sorry about that. So that's it, people. So drop your ignorance, drop your association. Yeah. So with this last shloka, the teaching of Krishna is over. The teaching of all the 18 chapters is over. Next, what does he do? He just gives instructions. So we will see one of these instructions now. The next shloka. Ya idam paramam guhyaṁ mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati. Okay. mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati. Abhidhyas. Okay. Who can chant this properly? Ya idam paramam guhyaṁ mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati. Bhaktiṁ mayi parāṁ kṛitvā maṁ evaiṣhyaty asanśhayaḥ. Okay. Ya idam paramam guhyaṁ mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati. Bhaktiṁ mayi parāṁ kṛitvā maṁ evaiṣhyaty asanśhayaḥ. Okay. Who can chant this? Who can make bold to chant this shloka? Yes.
Yeidam paramam guhyam mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati bhaktiṁ mayi parāṁ kṛitvā maṁ evaiṣhyaty asanśhayaḥ.
Maṁ evaiṣhyaty asanśhayaḥ. Okay. Who else wants to chant?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Yaidam paramam guhyam mad-bhakteṣhv-abhidhāsyati bhaktiṁ mayi parāṁ kṛitvā maṁ evaiṣhyaty asanśhayaḥ.
Okay.
May I?
Yes, please.
Yaidam paramam guhyam mad-bhakteṣhv abhidhāsyati bhaktiṁ mayi parāṁ kṛitvā mamevaishyatya samshayah.
Yes.
यैदं परमं गुह्यं मद-भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामेवैष्यत्य संशयः.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to chant, or shall we go ahead?
Can I go ahead, Purnima-ji?
Okay.
या इदं परं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेषु
अभिधास्यति
अभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परं कृत्वा मम एक माम एक
मामेव ऐष्यति
मामेव ऐष्यति संशयः
असंशयः.
असंशयः.
Okay. So, ಇನ್ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? Among my devotees, those who teach this most confidential knowledge perform the greatest act of love. They will come to me without doubt. Okay, who is going to explain this? Nothing much to explain though.
Yeah, I'll.
Yes.
Here, Sri Krishna mentions about the importance of preaching to others. Sri Krishna now declares the consequences of properly preaching the message of the Bhagavad Gita. He says such preachers first attain his parabhakti, then attain him. The opportunity to engage ourselves in devotion is a special blessing of God. But the opportunity to help others engage in devotion is an even bigger blessing, which attracts the special grace of God. Whenever we share something good with others, we benefit from it. And when we share whatever knowledge we have with others, by grace of our own knowledge, by grace, our own knowledge increases as well. By often giving food to others, we never go hungry. That is what Kabir says. Wealth does not decrease by giving. Neither the river does not become narrow by people taking water from it. The same way, when we share the knowledge doesn't decrease. We get to learn more from that. So those who share the spiritual knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with others receive the highest blessings themselves.
Correct. Yes. Actually, the next verse also is about that only. We'll chant that as well. And then we can go with the more explanation. Next verse is also about the same thing. No, next one, wait. न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्माद् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि. Yes. You can chant, Indra and everyone, you can chant and then we will contemplate. न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि. Yeah.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भुवि.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि.
Jai Shri Anu.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कच्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भुवि.
Okay. Anu, you want to try? And then Shweta.
न च तस्ममनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रिय-कृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् प्रियतरो भुवि.
Okay. So again, Shweta, you are supposed to explain this. So no.
Yeah, I do. I'll
Yes, carry on.
just a minute, Purnima-ji.
Okay.
Amongst all the gifts we can give to others, the gift of spiritual knowledge is one of the highest because it has the capacity to transform the person eternally. The king Janaka had asked his guru, the transcendental knowledge you have bestowed upon me is so precious that I feel deeply indebted to you. What can I give you in return? Guru Akshavartra replied that there is nothing you can give that will be helpful for me from your depth. The knowledge I gave you was divine, and all you possess is material. The worldly objects can never be price for the divine knowledge, but you can do one thing. If there you find somebody who is in thirst of the knowledge, share it with them. Shri Krishna is also stating that the one who shares the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is highest loving. This is the highest loving service one can render to a god. However, those who lecture on Bhagavad Gita should not feel they are doing something very great. The proper attitude of a teacher is to see oneself as an instrument in the hands of gods and to accord all the credit to the grace of the god.
Very correct. So this is about jñāna-yajñena basically. How spreading the knowledge and studying the Gita, studying the message of the God is so very, very, very important. That is the greater worship that one can render. Of all the pancha yajnas, jñāna-yajñena is supposed to be the highest. Because all the other four yajnas are in the material plane. Jnana-yajna takes one to the beyond the material plane. That is what God says. And in the next two verses, 70 and 71, he even says that I proclaim that all who study this sacred dialogue, it's not just about teaching or the teacher. All those who study this sacred dialogue are worshipping me through their intellect. And they are very dear to me, he says. And then 71, he says, even those who only listen to this, just listening, somebody in your house, you are listening as a committedly, and somebody else also, it is falling on their ears. Even those who only listen to this knowledge with faith and without envy or without criticizing, they will also be liberated from sins, and they attain to the auspicious abode where the pious dwell. This is what Bhagavan promises to all those who are involved in the Jnana-yajna. Everyone. So that is how important this is. That is how beautifully Prabhuji has involved all of us in this yajna, Jnana-yajna. And then God goes on to tell who are the ones who should not be given this knowledge. So that is another one shloka is there, and he says, atapaskaya, the ones who are not doing tapas, meaning what? The ones who are completely sense oriented towards the world, who have no inclination to turn inwards. Those guys, you please don't tell all this. They will not even understand. They will not care. On the contrary, they might criticize, and that is not good for them. That is why. So let us not share this beautiful knowledge to ones who are completely sense-oriented, material-oriented. Like who? Like Duryodhana. Duryodhana was also shown the Virat Rupa during the peace talks, the last peace talk that Krishna had gone. He showed his Virat Rupa. But Duryodhana, what did he say? You are a Mayavi. And he laughed at his face, isn't it? So, don't show. Number one. Number two, Krishna says, don't share it with abhaktaha. The ones who are not devoted to me also. You know, Krishna premi, you have to be devotion, you should be a little atheists, basically. Atheists who don't believe in God at all. And those who have no love and respect for God as such, they will not also take this advice coming from this supreme Godhead. They will not take it. Okay? And then ashushruchave. That means he says don't share it with arrogant people who are full of their own intellectual knowledge. That means don't force people because I love this Bhagavad Gita. I tend to do that. All my family members, come, please listen. Let me not do that because not everyone is oriented towards this, and they'll be into some other sadhana, perhaps, or they'll have their own intellectual views about how to lead life and all. Don't bother. Let them be. Everyone will come. One day or another, they will come. Abhyasuyati. That is the last category. Krishna says, don't teach them to. Abhyasuyati means one who constantly finds fault with me or God. Who are jealous of God, who are envious or critical of God, don't teach these things to Ashte. That's all he says. That's all commonsensical, but he's giving all these instructions. Okay, so this is about the teaching and listening of the Gita. Now the last verse, we will take this and we can close. Yes, beautiful shloka. Sanjaya uvacha yatra yogeshwarah Krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha tatra Shri Vijayor Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatirmama. Everyone has to chant this. This is the vachana of Sanjaya. Yes. Let me call out the order. Jai Shri Kamala Shweta. Yes, 3 people. Can you unmute, Jaishri? Sanjaya Uvacha. Yes. Hello, Jaishri. You want to chant?
Okay, Sanjaya Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Patho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama.
Very good. Kamala.
Sanjaya Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi Dhruvani Tirmatirmama.
Yes. Shweta.
Sanjay Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shyo Bhurtihi Dhruva Nidramar
Matirmama. Dhruvani.
Dhruva
Dhruvani.
Nitrimar
Matirmama. Dhruva Nitihi Mama.
Nirmama.
Suma Sneha Shaila.
Sanjaya Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatirmama.
Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama.
Yes.
Sanjaya Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno
यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र विजयो भूतेर्ध्रुवानीतेर्मतिर्मम.
Indra, are you there?
Yes. Yatra Sanjaya Uvacha Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama.
You want to explain? All of us share something. So Sanjaya said, wherever there is Sri Krishna, Yogeshwara Krishna, the Lord of all yoga, and Yatta Partho Dhanurdharaha, wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhuti. There will also be Shri, there will be opulence, there will be victory, there will be prosperity and righteousness. Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. This of this I am certain. He is declaring. So, Heli, everyone, what is this? Why is it specifically saying Dhanurdharaha Parthaha? What is the significance of Arjuna who is a Dhanurdhara? Who can explain this?
So I feel if there is, if we can make ourselves like Arjuna, humble, as thirsty for knowledge, as desperate for the ultimate knowledge as Arjuna.
Correct. Very nice.
Only then that we'll get the true knowledge from Bhagwan.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So only then, when there is transfer of true knowledge, only there will be progress, spiritual progress, and victory in that sense, victory of Dharma.
Yes. So are you Dhanurdhara? I'm
striving hard to be.
Yeah, Dhanurdhara also means, correct. Anyone else, Suma?
Arjuna also, like the way Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, then only after the surrendering, like he was able to gain the knowledge and assimilate it good. So we should all be like Arjuna, like surrender. And then,
turn to him for advice. Yes.
Yes.
Shaila?
All the jivas are like Arjuna. So when I am surrendered to the Lord, so there will be Shri and Vijaya, like success from outside and inside.
Correct.
Towards the Adhyatma, to the self.
Correct. Very correct. Outside means all the material duties that I have in the material world, everything I'll have success. And inner progress also will happen simultaneously. Shri and Vijaya means those are the terms which are very important. Shri is outside, Vijaya is inside. Or what? Or I don't know which is out and which is in. But both progress will be there. Very nice. Shweta, what do you have to say about this?
Basically, it's like, Purnimaji, we have to surrender ourselves as Arjuna did. In couple of shlokas, what we have learned. If we surrender, definitely he will show us, the light towards whatever, or else whatever we are seeking the solution, he will, guide us through it. But some other way, we don't know that, he might be he might guide in a somebody else's form. He might come in somebody else's form, and he might, show us the path.
Yes.
That is what I just wanted to, tell.
Correct. So all of us cannot expect Krishna with his come with his kirita and kundala and this thing. Correct. And through this teaching itself he is coming. No. Through the Gita itself, Bhagavad Gita in fact is called the Dharmakaya of Krishna. It is the body of Sri Krishna himself, Bhagavad Gita, the teaching. Okay. Kamala, what do you want to have to say about this? Shloka.
BGC, Krishna is always available with us, within us,
Correct.
always. So we need to be equipped like Arjuna. We need to surrender, as everybody said. First, let's have an unconditional love towards that God and complete trust. So it will be taken care, both outside and inside. But it is not like that we will not face any challenges and all. But we will get that courage, and we will not be doubtful of anything, and those challenges we will not feel like as we were feeling earlier, it's as a burden. So say it, anything that may come in our way, we will, through with the complete trust in God, we will come out of it very easily, and that is a real victory.
Correct. Victory is not getting my mind disturbed at any cost. That is the real victory. Correct. Indra, can you want to share something more about this?
Yes, Purnima. It's the main thing is this surrender, as everybody said. With the surrender, and if we are able to take the knowledge in a correct way, like what Krishna said, if you're able to take it and follow it, God will take care of everything.
Okay.
It's all taken care. Like there is nothing that I am doing. That feeling itself, if you're dropping, I'm not the doer. If we hold on to that, then everything is taken care. Each and every moment, like how Prabhuji said, Kamalaji's shared a video of Prabhuji about the pain and things. No? Everything, if we just take it, there is some reason for each and everything. Every moment is perfect.
Yes.
There's no imperfection. There is no second thought.
Correct.
Then it's all taken care with the trust and faith in the God.
Correct. Correct. Everyone is.
Yeah. The surrender, like Prabhuji says, surrender doesn't come with the weakness, it's the full strength.
Surrender is not a weakness. Correct. That's very, very important. It's a strength. It's not easy to let go. Very, very easy to hold on. Not easy to let go. Yes, it requires a lot of strength to let go. Correct. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, all of us have pitched in, and that's all there is to it. So here Krishna can be taken off as the master and Arjuna as the disciple. Wherever there is, whatever the master says, the disciple should be able to surrender to the master and take the knowledge. And this can also be taken as Bhagavad Gita itself and the people who are studying the Bhagavad Gita. Master and disciple relationship. And it can be that Paramatma and the Jivatma. In myself, I am both. Jivatma, as far as I am limited to this body-mind complex, I am a Jivatma, I am functioning in the world. But my real identity is I am Satchidananda. So, like all of you said, turn inwards and listen to the voice of consciousness. And then there will be Shri, wealth. Vijaya, victory, inner victory. Bhuti means prosperity. Niti means righteousness. But Dharma will prevail. Dhruva, permanently Dharma will abide in the world, in me. So, Yogeshwara Krishna is God's grace. Dhanurdhara Partha is self-effort on our part. Purushartha is also important. See, Dhanurdhara Partha, he is ready to let go of the arrow, where he is ready to listen to Krishna and is ready to act in the world. He is ready to do his dharma. That is what is Dhanurdhara Partha means. He is ready with all his faculties. He is ready to fight this war of dharma in the battlefield. Like that, with all our faculties as an instrument, we are the battle of life is being faced by us. So God's grace is there behind us. And we are all Dhanurdhara Parthas. We are ready to do our duty. Whatever it takes in our life, whatever comes on my plate, I will deal with it. Because I have the knowledge of the Gita. I have the knowledge of the Lord. And I have the grace of God behind me. Knowledge of scriptures I have the jnana, and I have the bhakti. So any action I do should be preceded with jnana. Any action should be with bhakti and jnana. So this is the message of who is saying this? Sanjaya is saying this. To whom? Dhritarashtra, the blind king. This is also a message from Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. Look, there is victory on the Pandava side. Your sons, they neither have jnana nor they have bhakti. They are not on the side of dharma. They are bound to lose. He is giving a warning also to Dhritarashtra. Tatra, Shri, Vijaya, everything is there on the Pandava side. So our Krishna is a Pandava Paksha. Means what? The ones who listen to him, then he'll be on my side. So this is so beautiful. This is the end. We have come to the end of the selected shlokas of the Gita. With this, we can close. And what we shall do next, we will see. I'll just close with the prayer. Who wants to say the closing prayer? This closing prayer for the Gita, once we will chant. Om Tat Saditi Srimad-Bhagavad-Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna-Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sanyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayah. So this every adhyaya has got this closing shloka, but since we didn't do the entire adhyaya, every shloka, we didn't chant this. So when we do all the verses, God willing, we can chant these shlokas. So, okay, let me just do a quick closing prayer, then we can discuss a little more. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamamritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.